Hi, welcome back to Rebel Health. I'm Dr. Vora, a holistic psychiatrist based in New York City and currently sitting on a porch in Nelson, New Zealand. And I just want to talk about the practices that you experience when you enter the country of New Zealand at the airport. When you come into New Zealand from any international destination, what they have you go through is the most intense customs process that I've ever witnessed, where they ask you, like, do you have any food or dirt or any of that kind of agricultural stuff in your baggage anywhere, all the way to, like, they look at the bottom of your shoes and your boots to see if you have a lot of dirt caked on them, and they search your bags thoroughly, and if they find even so much as an apple in your bag, you get a $400 fine, no questions asked, right there on the spot. So it's pretty hardcore. And as if traveling with a 2-year-old is not challenging enough, we were totally those spazzy people at the airport that were, like, on the line about to go up to this machine that was basically going to check our bags for everything. And we're thinking, do we have an apple anywhere? Do we have dirt caked on our shoes? And we really weren't sure. So we got kind of siphoned off to this other line where all the spazzy people go, and they open up all of your baggage and they look in every corner. And sure enough, yeah, we had an apple wrapped in a paper towel. It was probably a week old that my daughter had stashed somewhere. So it was a good thing we went to that line. We didn't get the $400 fine. But it really had us thinking, New Zealand treats its agriculture and its natural resources in the same way that that idea of the body as a temple, that you want to be really careful about what you allow in. And I think that there are a lot of ways to look at this. Like, I think this can be a profound act of self-love and taking care of the self and honoring the self. And then it also can become sort of orthorexia, or like a disturbed, almost pathologic or eating disorderly approach to engaging with the world. So I don't really have my answer right now. I think that I'm more in the, like, yes and state of mind, where I'm integrating these two ideas. Part of what the revelation of this trip has been for me is that it's been really nice to be more relaxed about food choices. In the States, I'm not relaxed about food choices because I think the food is garbage in the States and it makes me sick. And so I'm really particular about how I feed myself. Very the body as a temple. I'm New Zealand all the time in the United States. Now that I'm traveling around the world and in places like New Zealand, I trust the food more and I'm a lot more lax and I feel good. And I've really been enjoying, like revelatorily enjoying, being easygoing about food. And yet I'm kind of thinking I'm staring down this pipeline of heading back to the States where I know the food makes me sick. So no answers there, but I think that I'm just looking always at this balance between how New Zealand approaches things, this act of self-love. Like, it loves its country, it loves its nature, its natural resources so much that it doesn't want to let in a parasite or a strange beetle or something that's growing in other parts of the world, let that in here in a way that it's going to start to wreak havoc or cause problems. And yet at the same time, I think that we could be like that about our bodies, but there is also a lot to be said for being easygoing and going with the flow and just not being afraid of food. And all I can say is I keep sort of building my case for both as I go around the world. So I'll keep riffing on that as we go, but I hope that this little soundbite is a little bit helpful. And we'll see you next time on Rebel Health.